Greetings and hallucinations, ladies and lads. I am Chancellor of the Harmonious Frequencies of the Mighty Empire of Onion, and this is Minecraft. As you might notice, I have a couple of fancy friends here. Last episode, my red parrot got blown up by a creeper. I couldn't stand it, I couldn't stop myself, and so after I ended the recording, I went searching around for a jungle biome. I wanted to try to find a new one so that it would load in all new chunks, and I would have a greater chance of finding parrots. I searched pretty far and pretty wide to try to find another jungle biome, but was not successful. So I circled all the way around till I came back to the old jungle biome. I searched it pretty thoroughly and found these two guys, or these two parrots I should say, and it was pretty awesome. Kind of a great success, I would call it. I went ahead and murdered a whole bunch of passive creatures so that the next time I go to the jungle to replenish my parrot supply, I might have a little bit better luck, because I did have to search for several real-time hours, maybe like 2 hours or something like that in the jungle, trying to find parrots, and finally found these two. As you can see, this guy over here is a blue one, which is totally new. A little bit of a green head, yellow belly. Very cool. Very awesome parrot. I think I'm going to have him follow me around. Or her. I don't want to assume genders all the time, you know. I just use him kind of standard as a, what do they call it? Pronoun? So, if this guy wants to land sometime, I think I'm going to leave him inside the tower. Unless it's 15, I can't remember. But yeah, so a shepherd with the 16 wool trade is really valuable. If I get a sheep machine, I'm thinking about putting it on this side where it's facing this direction towards me. It'll be hanging off the edge over here, and I haven't quite decided if I want to extend the platform to compensate for that, or just have it hanging off of the edge and see how it goes. The next structure that I would like to build is a church type of structure over here for clerics. Then I'll have a way to trade off my rotten flesh that I'm getting from zombies and stuff like that. And hopefully the whole time that I'm building and doing stuff, these guys will continue to fill up, and I will continue to filter them out. Looks like we have a butcher type character right there. We caught him, so let's bring him out. He's a leather worker with a 10 leather trade, 4 emeralds for some pants. So I'll take a look at my spreadsheet, my picture of trades. Alright, well I've got slight build-up of villagers inside the breeder. There's 3 white aprons, and so I want to check them out and see if any of them are viable candidates for trade. This butcher is 16 pork chops, 14 raw chicken. There's a leather worker with 12 leather. Trade. He's no good. I'm not interested in trading with him. The 16 raw pork chops is okay. I'm pretty sure 14 is the lowest. 14 raw chicken is fantastic. And 9 leather here is an ideal leather trade. So these two guys are definitely prospective keepers that I'm interested in capturing for my purposes. There he goes. Have fun, buddy. I'll have you out of the collection area soon. Hopefully nobody else falls in there besides these guys for the moment. I'll lose a couple of pieces of dirt. I'm totally heartbroken about that. I'm not sure how I will continue to live with myself, but just the way that it goes. Keep mad, bro. Ooh. He was able to hit me there, but thankfully my armor absorbed most of the damage. I still need to get mending for my pants, boots and pants, and boots and pants. Oh, I switched to my torches instead of my bow. That's fine though. There's a spider hanging out on the fence, but that should be fine too. Anyways, let's get back to business. All these mobs around, don't they know I'm trying to do a video? He should end up there just fine. Going to go make sure he doesn't move himself back this direction. Because he's not going to make it all the way, I don't think. Oh, he almost did though. Alright, so I have decided to put these here. So can we move him like this? Oh, I feel like it's blocking me because I haven't used the push the minecart. Let's try pushing the minecart. There we go. I've put these like this because I was thinking with that there, a baby zombie won't be able to fit underneath. I don't know that for sure, so that's yet to be tested. Unfortunately, I can jump up here from the ground, so that means any other mob will probably be able to jump up here. So unless I'm parting characters into here, I need to keep that up and that down as much as possible. We'll still be able to reach through the corners and kill anybody that's in here, but that's assuming that the villagers stand in the corners and don't try to rush away like they probably should. Okay, got him out of there, that's good. And I even should be able to close these up and he should not be able to get out. I don't think he's going to jump up there, but he might, so I'll just leave that up there for the time being. It's pretty lucky that both of these turned out to be decent characters. Clearly that third guy was not, but the fact that we got 2 out of 3, that's pretty impressive for reasonable trades. So yeah, this guy 9. I think that's pretty expensive for pants. I think they go from 3 to something else. So that's still not terrible, but the 9 leather is what I'm really interested in with him. I'll trade this one in. My personal minecart. Oh, I hear a baby. Yep, there he is. He's a little cleric too, which is exactly who I'm trying to build temple for. Temple, church, synagogue, mosque, whatever you want to call it. It's a cleric house. I don't know what clerics use. This guy is not wanting me to push him through. Let's see if we can get him further back there. I think the other guy's in the way as well. I'm not sure exactly what to do about that. Possible to break that. Okay. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah, he's not going to be able to go over the fence there. So let's try this fence on top. If they can't jump over, and then I will break this fence here. And drop it in. And then I should be able to break the minecart without punching the guy. Good enough. Okay, perfect. And he runs straight to the exact same position. So that's something that I'm definitely going to have to fix in the future. I guess they can't... Yeah, they can totally get through there if they decided to jump. I'm not sure why I can jump that high. Plans. I have such plans. For this temple church thing, I want to do something with quartz. So 2 quartz on top of each other gives us a pillar quartz block. I want to use several of those probably. Maybe not that many. Maybe about that many. And then there's another way to get a different kind of block. Let's try this. Aha! So this is a chiseled quartz block, which is very nice indeed. I'll probably go ahead and make 2 sets of those. 6 total isn't too bad. I'll see exactly what I need as I build the thing. The regular block of quartz for right now, I'll save these until I know exactly what it is I want to do with them. Then as you can see, I've gathered up a little bit of nether brick. That's definitely something that I'm interested in using in this build. I have some slabs here, and I've been cooking up some netherrack way over in the turret there. I grabbed some carrots too because it's been a while since I fed the pigs and rabbits. I fed the sheep recently, but there still isn't enough sheep to activate the entity cramming mechanic to get them killed for there being too many. Oops. Yeah, so crouch shift for these guys right now because there's just not quite enough of them. And then, yeah, one usually pops out here. So the rabbit breeder, not a perfect one. And if I wasn't holding the carrot, I'm sure the rabbit would just run away. These guys are dying though. And so I have one of the butchers in here, but he doesn't have a great pork chop trade. So I'm only going to use him for the raw chicken trade for right now, and hopefully one day I will find a perfect butcher villager who will eventually be the one to live here permanently. That's my dream plan. And so yeah, 16 pork chops rather than 14, but 14 raw chicken is what we're going to do with him. Let's go ahead and do one trade with him, and see what we can unlock further. That's going to give us one more. He should unlock. There he goes. And I'll wait for the particle effects to complete. It should be about good. There we go, 19 coal for an emerald. I don't know what their coal trade is. And then 5 cooked pork chops for 1 emerald. 16 is the lowest coal trade, just like the other guys. And then this is the cheapest cooked pork chop trade, which is pretty nice. Let's see. Raw pork chops, we have plenty that we could trade with them already. Let's put this emerald in here, just to remind us where it came from. And I'm not interested in feathers at all, because I'm pretty sure that nobody will trade for feathers, sadly. Not even the Fletcher for arrows and stuff like that, which it would make sense that he did. It's so easy to get feathers, I don't know why they would have it any other way. There was another... Nope. Goodness sakes. Okay, yeah, the Fletcher. So I need to put him back here, or otherwise in this area here. I'll probably do that either next or while I'm building this here. So I'll bring you all back whenever I've made a little bit more progress. Well, sadly, I've been looking at this guy, and 36 rotten flesh is the lowest trade here, and 8 gold ingots. Yeah, is the lowest trade here. So, he's 2 off on both of them. He's the only cleric that I have right now. So I kind of want to keep him, just so that I can trade some rotten flesh away. I have a whole bunch saved up right now. There were a lot of villagers that were stuck in the back here, so this breeder clearly is not the most efficient That might be something that I have to fix in the future, but right now, for the moment, it's totally working for my purposes. I do have a place to keep this guy, though, so I am half tempted to go ahead and keep him. And 3 days in a row, a creeper has spawned underneath here. So this is the third creeper I've killed in so many days under here. That's always a little bit disturbing. But yeah, here it is. It's a, kind of like a churchy sort of a build. I guess the easiest way is to open these, run into it, and then close it. Then I can kind of, well, gotta close the bottom one first. Then I can kind of scoot through. But yeah, you can see there's, I don't want to go all the way in. Those are purple glazed terracottas. Really nice, really excellent design, I think, and sort of fits with the whole color scheme that I was going for. I've got the quartz pillars, purple stained glass, and then I'm using magma blocks with trapdoors around them hanging from metal bars up there. So that's how those are working. Let's take a nap real quick. I had to rearrange my guys that were in here because I took the Fletcher out, I took the Shepherd out. I've got this guy in a cart so that he's not running around anymore, so I can just freely open this up and go do stuff. I think that's how I'm going to keep it now, because I opened that up and all three of them, whoosh, ran out. I caught the Fletcher, I put him in here in this corner, and when I broke the minecart, he teleported over into this area. I got him out of there and rearranged the guys around, put him back into this corner, broke the minecart, and he teleported into this area. It was super weird. He was just teleporting through the corner right there into the adjacent place. So I had to move these guys around. This is now the weaponsmith here. This is where the two toolsmiths are located. And then, yeah, this is the Fletcher with the 16 string trade, which is pretty awesome. I can't remember what this cartographer has. Oh, it's a librarian. 27. Feather Falling 2 is what I was saving him for. Yeah, because 24 is the paper trade that I need. So, if that's the case, since that cleric is just two units off of a good trade, I may bring him up here. Because I kind of hate to build this whole thing and then not have anybody use it, to be honest. But I'm sure we'll get more clerics in the future, and I'd rather drop him off and kill him over here than haul him all the way up there and then kill him, because I think that's going to be close enough to affect the golem farm up there, the golem spawn times, and stuff like that. You might have noticed too, I turned down the friendly creature sounds. I was editing this video and I said, wow, that's really super loud, so I apologize for that. You're not supposed to be breeding. Oh, he senses the end. I'm sorry, buddy. But this is where you belong. I know it's super sad, but like I say, I'm sure we'll get some more clerics. At least hopefully we will. And hopefully they will have better trades than that guy had. Oh man, I did that again. We've got a skeleton snooping around somewhere. The parrot is letting me know about. I also have to be careful with the parrot around because... And a creeper? There must be a cave right underneath me. As a matter of fact, I think it's that ravine over here. And I'll bet that's what he's sensing. Let's go take a look. Over this way, maybe? Yeah. That seems pretty far down for him to be noticing it from that height. So there might be a cave closer to the surface or something that I missed. Let me check in here. Nope, he's perfectly fine still. Okay, creeping me out. But anyway, yeah, we should be able to get some more clerics all bred up and going. So let's take a look at these other guys. And that creeps me out. Is there a creeper inside? Up there? No. Quit making that sound, buddy. I know you're trying to help, but... Man, that's creepy. Alright, let's see who this is. Another butcher with 15 raw pork chop instead of 14. 15 chicken, though, instead of 14. So he's no good. We're looking for a straight 14-14. As far as butchers go. A Fletcher with a 15 string trade. The other guy's 16. I wonder if I want to mess with moving him around, because he was really a pain, like I was mentioning before. And his arrow trade is 10, the lowest is 8. I'll have to go take a peek and see. And Parrot, you really need to stop making the creeper sound, bugging me out. Let's go see what this Fletcher has in terms of arrows. 10. So, the other Fletcher is 1 less string. I could let this guy out, run him down there, and murder him. And then bring the other guy up, which I think is going to be the correct course of action here. So I'll bring you guys back whenever I have the other Fletcher all arranged here. Well, that almost didn't go according to plan. I totally almost sent the Fletcher to the wrong place. I almost killed him completely. So that was really close. 7 emeralds for an axe. Oh, come on, guy. There we go. He's just an immediate murder because green coats have no trades. Cartographer with a terrible paper trade. And a leather worker with pretty bad trade there. I'm pretty sure 9 was the lowest, so we've already got one of those. But that's not too bad. We've got the collection area cleared out. These guys are still making babies. Once again, I'm using guys as the general pronoun. It's the same as dudes, I suppose. So all those folks are making babies still. So we will eventually have a cleric for this church building. I wasn't sure what to do at the top. I think it looks pretty cool, personally. And I decided to go with the stone brick stairs for a roof instead of the same old nether brick stairs for the roof, to break up the design a little bit, make it look a little bit different, a little bit more interesting to the eyeballs. I think overall it turned out pretty well. Can get sort of a different view from over here at this angle. And I wasn't sure on these side pieces whether to try to make it look a little bit different. Like I could have had that whole circle down here at the bottom, and then the half circle kind of appearing on top. But if that was the case, on the end, I suppose. But at the same time, it's not exactly what I was going for. So, yeah, overall, I think it looks pretty fantastic. For being one of my first ever churchy sorts of builds. Fancy building. So inside, it's got the 2 full circles here, which I'm never going to be inside. Hardly ever. I'm going to destroy those just because. And I tested out the light levels. It's all above 7, which if I remember correctly is the level that enemies spawn. The lowest light level that I could find was 9. So that should be safe. Since we don't have any clerics though, I can totally test it. And if any mobs spawn between now and the time that I do get a cleric, then I'll know that it's not safe. So now I just have to plan out a structure for librarian types, and I think I was gonna say it's likely I'll build it on this side, but I'm starting to already change my mind. It may go along here. It's only 5 squares wide here. So this gives us 1 extra square to build over here. I did end up extending the platform slightly. I think I'm going to shave this guy off right here. So there's 1 square underneath there. We'll take a look and see. From way out here, what it looks like. Yeah, so there's 2 squares underneath there. I'll probably take that one off from right beside the post and just use that single piece in the back. I'm not sure how I'll get to it, but I'll figure out a way. Dirt pillar or something like that will probably do it. Oh, I put this roof on here too because it occurred to me that zombies spawning on top of these blocks is totally possible, and if they did that, they would drop down on the top of my 3 folks right there and murder them to death. This fence is here, so they can't get through right there, and I put the fence space lower so that nothing can get through right there. I can't even jump on top and get through anymore like I was doing earlier. So that is that. Let's see how that looks now. I feel like there should be another block somewhere. That's okay though. Oh, I can see the chest from here, so that's just not gonna do. Yeah, I'll pop up there and put down a stair and fix that. But I'm pretty sure that's going to be it for this episode. If you want to catch the next episode, be sure to subscribe. Consider supporting if you would. And be sure to check out any of my other videos or playlists that you might be interested in. I thank you very much for any time that you spend on my channel. And I hope blessings of wisdom and peace on all of you. Farewell.